day, grade 8. Welcome to Geography Term 2 Map Skills. So, in today's lesson, we are going to be looking at distance from the equator, latitude, and longitude. In today's lesson, I'm just going to be going over the definition of latitude and longitude, how you can remember them, and how to be able to identify them on the map. If you're given like a globe, you can be able to say this one is longitude and this one is latitude. So we'll basically be covering what you must already know. So to explain what latitude is, latitude lines, there are lines, latitude and longitude are lines. So latitude lines are horizontal lines. Also, before I continue, please also note that sometimes it might be confusing for one to remember which one is horizontal and which one is vertical. So horizontal is top to bottom, and then vertical is like this, straight. Hopefully by the end of the video you'll find it easier to remember these lines. So latitude lines are horizontal lines that go around the earth. So now I know you're probably thinking around, right? So it's not just one line, it's a bunch of lines. So think of a globe as something like this. It's circle. So these latitude lines are like around the whole globe. I hope that makes sense. So latitude lines are horizontal lines that go around the earth. They are like belts. So also think of a belt, the belt that you use to hold up your pants, that belt. So they are like belts that the earth wears around its middle. So the lines show distance in degrees from the equator to the south and north pole. Longitude lines are vertical lines that show distance in degrees from the Greenwich line towards east and west. Think of them like stripes on a globe. I made a mistake. You see, I also sometimes forget that I also sometimes confuse horizontal and vertical. So vertical is the stripes. A stripe, you're thinking of like it's straight, and then horizontal, it's like this. I'm sorry, my bad. When you think of horizontal, think of parallel. So you're thinking of something that's like parallel, like straight. And then vertical, remember it with stripes, right? So longitude lines are vertical lines that show distance in degrees from Greenwich line towards the east and the west. Like I say, think of them as stripes on the globe. So degrees. When it comes to degrees are a unit of latitude or longitude that is divided into 60 minutes. It is used to define points on the Earth's surface. So a degree is usually something that looks like a little circle or dot, but it's small, which you find usually at like an upper level. It wouldn't be, let me just show you. So a degree would be something like this small dot on top, if that makes sense. So when it comes to maps and atlases, you need to familiarize yourself with all of the hemispheres. So a way that I was taught how to remember all of the hemispheres is like, it's a bit fun, and I hope that this will also be fun for you guys and it will be easier to remember. So use the term never ever smoke weed. So when you think of never, you are thinking of north. So never, ever, which is east, smoke, which is south, weed, which is west. So that is how I remember it. Latitude and longitude can help you find any place on the earth. So these, when they tell you about coordinates, when you think about coordinates, think about your latitude and longitude lines. And in the next video, we'll go into depth as to how do you use these things to get like an exact place on the map, right? So maps and globes, they help us see where we are in the world, you know. When you're thinking about a map, we're not only referring to that big paper which you get in geography, where you have to like, yeah, those big papers that the pirates and the people who travel at sea used in the old times. No, maps, since times have evolved, maps have now been easier to access, so you can find them on your phones, for example Google Maps. So you should know by now that lines of latitude go around the world from east to west. So remember what I said, never ever smoke weed. So where is east? It's here. It's never ever. So east is ever, and then west is weed, right? Okay. So maps do not, you should know by now that the lines of latitude go around the world from east to west, and longitude goes from north to south, right? From never to smoke. So never ever smoke weed. Yes. So the equator is that big red line that you see in the middle of the globe. You can never miss this line, because all the other lines, when they're showing you a globe, usually in class, all the other lines are white. But you get this, it's only one, and it's red, and it's in the middle of the earth. That is your equator, and it's usually 0 degrees. Remember the degree that I tried to show you, that little dot or zero that is small at the top, that one, it's a degree. So it's usually 0 degrees latitude. This means that, this makes it the starting point for measuring latitude. Yes, we do measure these things. And in our next video, I will go on or give further more details on how to go about measuring all of this, and how you can use it to actually get coordinates on the map. So if I can just, I'm gonna try to share my screen and show you guys an example of okay, here you go. Yes, so this is an example. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is an example of your latitude and longitude lines. So remember what I said? I said latitude lines are horizontal lines. Remember, I made the mistake myself of confusing horizontal and vertical. Don't be like me. I wish I could see the comments, but I can't. I would ask you guys which lines are these here on this globe, but those are horizontal lines, because remember I said vertical lines are like stripes on the globe. So these are horizontal lines, meaning these are latitude lines. And then this right here, you get a combination of all of the latitude, longitude, and the equator combined. So this is what your globe would look like with all of those vertical and horizontal lines combined. Do you see how you get the blue lines going straight, and then you get the other ones not straight, they're going vertical, and then you get the other ones going horizontal, and then you get that red line being your equator. Yes, that is exactly what I meant. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's class. That will be it from me. If you have any questions, I will be posting this video, this live. So if you have any questions, please drop them down below, or anything that you want us to cover in the next lesson, please drop it down below. Your engagement will be much appreciated. Thank you.